It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Niners and the Eagles coming up next.
Opened back in 2003. Have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Straight ahead is a rematch of last year's NFC Championship game, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the defending NFC champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, what a season it was for these Eagles and these Philly fans last year. An 8-0 start, 14-3 final record, 2 blowout wins in the NFC playoffs before coming up a bit short in Super Bowl 57.
And a good thing for Philadelphia is they try and get back to the Super Bowl. Many of the key pieces they had last year are back. Remember, this is a number 3 offense in the league, number 2 defense, and they threw in a heck of an NFL draft. They expect to contend one more time.
Then for the visiting 49ers, they're exciting on the offensive side of the ball, but it's the defense that really provides a lot of stability. They were second by a whisker to the Bills in total defense a year ago.
And they have all pro caliber players at all 3 levels, all capable of taking over a game.
Purdy going to the air right away. They'll get this complete to Charlie Werner. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Purdy now to throw off the play action. Looking for the crossing receiver. He's got him. It's Samuel. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here. They try under pressure, and they got to him again.
That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
And he's able to break out a run tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
Fred Warner, the all-pro linebacker, there on the stop.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37. From the gun, here's Swift. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Throwing is Hurts. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Hurts. Complete to Zacchaeus. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 4th down. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Purdy. That's caught by Werner. He tight end. So he stopped for no gain. 3rd and 7 now. He caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catches. Hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle. 2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Once again, it's Swift. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
Hurts throw there, taking it. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Following the fumble recovery, Purdy. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, now you get some of those big shots downfield.
We're scoreless after 1. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. 3rd and 2. As they've got it as we resume action. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we got an Eagle slow to get up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Purdy will set up to throw it here. That's caught by Jennings. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously he is well short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
No touch that.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Eagles. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
63. Go Silver, right? No.
Hurts. It's complete to Brown, right side. Second and a couple.
At their 49-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown, 51 yards. And the Eagles post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, the game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the 1st quarter. But in the 2nd quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead it 7-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. And now he got away from that first tackler. No idea, but he did, and it winds up with positive yardage.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
San Francisco.
Purdy. Slant route connects with Deebo Samuel. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Here now, 2nd and 4. McCaffrey running up the middle. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Jalen Carter in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. This is taken at the 15. Runs through the contact. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. Eagles offense and A.J. Brown headed back out there. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate them.
You better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Hurts sets up to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And the Niners are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half, because that's simply not true. But you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing here, Purdy. His throw incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
This is Samuel. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at the 18. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see. Now, he's got a man complete. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
On first down, Purdy. This pass to Jennings, and he makes a catch. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
It's second and 8 at the 22-yard line.
Final play of the half. Purdy, the first catch of the game for George Kittle. So we've come to halftime here and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Swift. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Brings up third and 7.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
63, 63, 63.
He'll look to throw. Goes right back to Smith again. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They run out of the gun with Swift. Shedding the tackle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bombing him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Ray McLeod to return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Purdy looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, that's the kind of play that was lacking all the way through the first half. Maybe this can give them a little bit of a spark because they're not out of this game by any stretch.
A handoff left, McCaffrey to the 43, second down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 7. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is taken at about the 14. 13 yards the tally on the return there. Wide receiver A.J. Brown. You see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And the receivers I know, they have a great deal of confidence. Usually they stand in front of the mirror before games and say, not 1 touchdown, not 2 touchdowns, but 3 touchdowns. Trying to turn this one into a big-time performance.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now, the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3-quarter. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. The Niners on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
And the 49ers 1st down.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now Purdy. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now Purdy with a throw that's caught by Samuel. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Well, Parker, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Hurts. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. First target, first catch, and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Hurts to throw. And that will be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. He's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed it.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They'll come up now. This is second and long. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And that should do it. He's got a first down. And the Eagles, they can run it out from here. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On second down, Swift. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. They'll run right here with Swift. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
This is 1st and 10. Here's Purdy to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
That's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill when your guys are struggling to put points on the board all afternoon. There's an incompletion right there.
Here's Purdy. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Rough incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments. And anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Purdy, big 4th down play. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have